Hey, how's it going? This is Grant Luna with Fidelity National Title, and in this video, I'll be providing an update to this application that I previously did a video for on my YouTube channel called Fast People Search, which was a way to get free contact information leveraging Fast People Search. Unfortunately, it was a little bit limited in the sense that there weren't many locations that you could pull files from and upload them in there to get some phone numbers. So I was able to create something new to hopefully make it a little bit easier. So I have the link in the description for this, and I'll show you just a quick walkthrough how it works. But in essence, what this will allow you to do is upload a file that has addresses and names from basically any location. And then from there, what it will do is it will generate Fast People Search links for all of those. So from there, you can circle prospect or cold call, maybe if you're trying to call around open houses or whatnot. So it's a fairly lightweight solution to these things, and I'm sure more features will be added as time goes on. So it's a free account. The setup is fairly straightforward. You just need a name, email address, and a password, and from there you can start uploading files and getting contact information. What you can do is select create a search, and then from here you'll just need to upload a file. So I'm using Fidelity Total Farm in this case, but like I said, this will work with any application that you're pulling lists of addresses and names from. So this could be, from your Google account or PropWire or any other property data resource that you're using. So step one will be getting that file on my computer. So I'm using Fidelity Total Farm. And what I can do is just come in here and then just download a file. So what I can do is select the share button right here, select download CSV. And now this will be downloaded to my computer. And now I can go ahead and upload that into basically what it's called is FarmFriend, and I can from there start uploading that list. So now that I have that file on my computer, I'll come back over here, and what I did is I selected create a search right here. From here it'll say upload a file. This will tell you generally what you'll be doing. In essence, what you'll do after you upload this file by selecting choose file is matching the column headers that are connected with things like the primary or site address, so that primary address that you're attempting to call, owner names, and then also a secondary or mailing address. So in cases where it's an absentee owner and maybe they own a property somewhere, but they live somewhere else also. So it'll count for that too. And there was a pop-up after I uploaded this file that said there were templates found. I'll get into that, but it's something that will make it much easier once you've done it once to upload these files and have these contacts generated for you. So what you'll need to do the first time when you don't have any templates selected is select finalize search results. So from here you'll be going through the process of selecting the column headers that match each of these categories. So in essence it'll be the primary address, owner names, and mailing address. The only one that's actually required is a primary address that you have to select the column headings for. Other ones that you could use would be the owner's names and mailing address if you wanted to have as much data as possible. And so in essence, what you need to do for each of these, in this case, for the primary address, is match these three headers here. So street address, city, and state. So you're basically reconstructing this from your file, basically telling this application how it can basically pull the data from your file to create the street address, to create the city, and create the state for each of those rows on your file. And from there, it'll generate those contact information links for you. So the first thing for the primary address is the street address. You can hover over this and it'll tell you what it's looking for. So in this case, it's saying it kind of just wants the address itself. So 123 Main Street, 123 Main Street number 5, etc. So down here, you'll actually see the column headers from your file and then some sample data from your file too, showing you what you might need to select in order to recreate that. So the first thing would be the street address. So what I need to select is site address house number, site address street prefix, site address street name, and site address unit number. So I'm blurring it out just for the sake of privacy in this video, but this is showing you basically the recreated value that you've been able to create using those column headers from your file. So once you've completed the street address, you can select city. And it's also important to note down here, as you're building these things out, you can see what's missing. So basically what's left for you to select in order to move forward with generating this file. So in this case, it said incomplete items are the primary addresses, city, and state. So I'm on city right now, and now that I scroll down, I see site address city. Now I can select state up here and select site address state. So now that I finished the primary address, I would be able to generate this file, so I can generate results. But if I wanted to have as much information as possible when I'm using those searches later, I can select next category and start selecting the owner names. So now that I'm on owner names, this is optional, like I said, and what you'll need to match are first owner and second owner. So you don't have to do this, but just it's easier for you down the road because you'll be trying to find the phone numbers for these people. So if I scroll down, I see owner name right here. I also see owner 1 first name, owner 1 middle name, owner 1 last name. In this case, just to make it easier, I'll just select owner name. I'll move to second owner now. And now I have owner 2 first name, owner 2 last name, so I'll just choose those two. Now they'll be recreated for me up here so I can see what I'm basically creating using this file. So now I can select next category, mail address. And so same thing, I have street address, city, and state. So on this down here, I see full mail address. So I'll just select that here. That recreates that entire street address for me in this case. I can go to city, select mail address, city, go to state, and mail address, state. So now I've finished these three, I can select generate results. This is a nice step where you can create a template. So this will make it easier down the road where if you upload a file from that same source, so in this case, Fidelity Total Farm, you won't have to go through the process of matching the column headers again. It'll automatically recognize the file, select the appropriate column headers for you, and generate the results. So all you have to do is select create a template. I'll name it Fidelity Total Farm Template 1. I'll name the search Lower San Pedro and select generate results. So now I'll have all of these contacts generated for me. Each of these has a contact information button that will basically direct you to Fast People Search results pages that have associated names with addresses and then phone numbers associated with those names. So in this case, let's say I wanted to find the phone numbers and do some circle prospecting for this address here. I can select contact information. This will provide the primary address and mailing address for that file, and all I have to do is click on one of these. I'll be taken to a Fast People Search results page, which has the address of that property, the names associated with that address, and phone numbers associated with that name. So you'll be able to move through here. You do have the ability to search too. So if you're searching for a particular property owner, you can search for their name. You can search for an address as well. And you also have your past searches here. So as you go through and work through multiple of these, you'll have all of these searches saved for you. And just to show you the ease of using the template feature, I'll just re-upload that file from Fidelity Total Farm. And you see right here, it says file uploaded successfully and then 6 matching templates found. I've just created templates with this file a bunch of times, but what I can select is use a template. I'll choose that Fidelity Total Farm template that we just created right now. And now all I have to do is name it. So I'll just say Lower San Pedro again and generate results. So the link to this application is in the description underneath this video. Feel free to start using it. Let me know if you run into any issues or if you have questions about how it works or if you have suggestions about features that might make this more useful down the road.